I minimized my time by 50% on schoolwork and homework following this one simple rule. What I use is called Parkinson's Law. It's a principle that states if you have less time to complete a task, you will complete the task faster and you will save more time. So what do I mean by that? Basically, if you, let's say you have an assignment for school, right? And you have 20 minutes to finish it. You will finish it in those 20 minutes, no matter what, because let's say it depends on your grade. It's a lot of percentage. It's like a midterm assignment or something like that. You're gonna finish it, and since you only spent 20 minutes on it, the other like 3 hours that you could have spent on it were saved by doing either unproductive thing or a productive thing. But the main goal here is to save time. The time that I would use normally for school, I now use it for working out, working on the YouTube channel, being outside, not being stressed about school at all. In the beginning of the quarter, I used to have a lot of assignments. I still have the same amount of assignments, if not more. I would say I had about homework for 4 days out of the 5 days that I would go to school. I would usually spend maybe an hour and a half on that work, which the teachers really did not care about. Like, I could write some random thing on the paper and they would still accept it, but I would make sure that the work was the best, because I thought, oh my god, if I mess up this one thing, my grade is gonna go down so much, I'm not gonna go to college, I'm gonna end up homeless. I had all these thoughts, and they were absolutely useless. I decided to slowly degrade the quality of my work in trade for time. Like, my work would be worse, but I would save more time. And I wanted to see if I would still get the same grade on the assignment if I were to do it the same way I did before, which was paying attention to every little detail. I did this for maybe about 2 weeks, and my grades did not see any difference at all. I still got hundreds on the assignments. The teachers did not notice anything, they didn't say anything, and the only thing I got in return was more time. Now, towards the end of the quarter, I would say I have homework maybe 2 days out of the week, and I would spend no more than an hour on it. I do still have work to complete, like, that I just don't do because it's not worth the time. Like, as an example, I have these textbook pages for chemistry, and they're worth about 1% of my grade. But take 2 hours to finish. I'm not gonna sit there and stress out for 2 hours worrying about some textbook pages that won't even affect my grade if I don't turn them in. Like, I just don't do some assignments. It is what it is. My grades still stay the same. Now, you may ask how I get by with these short due dates. The thing is, it's like, I don't really get by. It's not a stress-free work. It's not a stress-free way of working. Sometimes I do have work that I have to get in, like the morning before it's due. I would be sitting at my desk at 5 a.m. trying to finish like a small reading assignment or math or whatever, and I would get it done. But it was the fact that I only had about 45 or 30 minutes to actually do it is the reason why I got it done in such a short amount of time. If I had 2 hours, I would be like, this is fine. I have 2 hours to spend. Might as well do it slow and check all my work, you know? And how are my grades affected by this? I would say that they did not change one bit. I finished this school quarter with, I think it was 2 B's. Yeah, 2 B's. And the rest were all A's. The thing is, I don't even do that much work. It's more a matter of time management than actually understanding material. Because teachers, half the time, they don't even want to teach. They just like hide behind a pile of like papers, 2-meter high papers, and just sit at their desk playing like, I don't know, Sudoku or Jenga or something like that, while they just hand out packets to the students. They don't care about the packets, so why should the student care about it as well? If the teachers don't respect your time, then why would I respect theirs? Yeah, I know they're like the high superior teacher, everyone listens to the teacher type thing, but respect goes both ways, no matter if you're like 50 years old or in my case 15. So what I learned from doing this whole thing of Parkinson's Law is that school is not that important. Teachers and the media and everything, they say that, oh, you should work on school the whole time of your life, don't prioritize anything else. I disagree. School doesn't have to take up as much time as it currently does in most students' lives. I believe that school should be treated as anything else, as your job, school is here. There's no difference in priorities. They're all like an important part of your life. Your job is also important. So let's say you take school more important. your job will slowly go down because you're putting in more work for school and less time for your job. Your employer will get mad and you'll eventually get fired. One time I had this project that was absolutely useless. We learned nothing from it. It was just like a time waster because the teacher doesn't really care. I got home, it was about 7 o'clock once I started working on the assignment. And I would say I spent around 2 hours working on it. It was a pretty big assignment project that was due the day after. And I finished it around 9 o'clock. And I come into school the next day and people are saying, I spent so much time on this work, like 5 hours, oh my god, I didn't get any sleep. And I looked at their work and it was a lot better than mine, I'm not gonna lie. Like their drawings were nice, everything. And then you had me with like some magazine papers glued onto the page and some trash handwriting. And the teacher accepted mine just like she accepted everyone else's. So it doesn't matter if you put in 2 hours of work or 5 hours and still get the same response from your employer or teacher or whatever. So that's when I realized that, wow, this thing actually works. So I started using it ever since. Another time was on my chemistry work. I usually would get these chemistry sheets that were due maybe in about 3 days, 2 days. When I would do it right when it was assigned, I would take so much time to review the work, double check my equations, see if it's right on Google, and then I would submit it. If I were to do the same assignment the day before it's due, I would just simply finish it, not really check it or anything, just here's my answers, here's my work, here, have it, I'm done. And I would still get 100. So in that case, I saved 1 to 2 hours doing the work and I would still get the same results back. How do you actually implement this into your life? I would say start small. Remove that one assignment that is not really worth a grade and slowly start to minimize the amount of time that you were actually allowed to work. So let's say you have an assignment that would usually take 30 minutes over here. In the first week, change that to 20 minutes. Second week, change to 10. Keep trying that until you find out the time that you genuinely need to work on it and you can't really go any lower. And as time goes by, start to minimize even more assignments. Eliminate more work and trade it for more time. Keep doing this until you only find out the solely important assignments, which there will only be a few. Find the amount of time that you only need on one assignment. Slowly start to decrease that. Basically do what you did in the beginning, but with more work. If you make a deadline closer to today, you will simply finish the work faster. That is Parkinson's Law.